Hello student, welcome to Epitome classes. I am your English teacher and my name is Deepti Mishra, and today we are going to start a very basic topic of grammar, the sentence. And you know why I have chosen this topic, the sentence, because the sentence is a very basic topic of grammar portion, and it is very important also, because if you won't know what are sentences, what are its kind, how to frame sentences, then how can you proceed further? So that's the reason I have chosen this basic topic, the sentence. So now without wasting time, let's start the topic, in which we are going to study about sentences, phrases and kinds of sentences, and I hope you all will enjoy also and you'll learn with fun. So now let's start. So before we proceed further, you should know what is a sentence. Basically, a group of words that make complete sense is called a sentence. A group of words. Now suppose if I say that children, I know, fond of, eating, these are also group of words, but does it make any sense? I hope you are not getting what I am saying, isn't it? So it is not making any sense. But if I say I know that children are fond of eating sweets, now it is making sense. So it is a sentence. A group of words that make complete sense is called a sentence, and it expresses a complete thought. Now see, right now also I am communicating with you with the help of sentences. I'm trying to explain, I'm trying to make you understand with the help of sentences, isn't it? So sentences are the group of words that make complete sense, and it express a complete thought. Now when it comes to writing, then we need to keep few pointers in mind which are very important. Like, first of all, it always begins with a capital letter. Means when you start writing any sentence, then you must write the first letter in capital. So a sentence always begins with a capital letter. It may end with a full stop, question mark or an exclamation mark. See, it always begins with a capital letter, but it may end with a full stop, question mark or an exclamation mark. And these I'll tell you in later when I'll tell you kinds of sentences. That time I'll tell you where to put full stop, where to put question mark and where to put exclamation mark. Third point, a sentence must always have a noun or a pronoun as a doer of an action. As a doer of an action means subject. Means a sentence must have subject. That is a doer of an action about which we are talking. So it can be a noun or a pronoun. And last one, there must be a verb. Verb means action words, like whatever we do, like smile, sleep, sit. So these are verbs. So there must be a verb in a sentence which states what the doer does. And we can also say it is a predicate, means what the doer of an action, who is the doer of an action is the subject, and whatever action is done by the doer is a predicate. Okay, let's take an example. She is a good singer. So now here she is a subject, means doer of an action, and is a good singer is a predicate. So we are telling about she, that she is a good singer, so that is a predicate. Phrases, as I told you that sentences are a group of words that make complete sense, but phrases are also a group of words, but phrases do not make complete sense. These are also group of words, but these doesn't make complete sense. So we can say it is a part of large sentence. For example, on the chair. On the chair is a group of words which makes some sense but not complete. But when we use it as a part of sentence, then it is a full sentence. So phrases are the group of words that make sense but not complete sense. Now there are 4 types of sentences. How many types of sentences? There are 4 kinds of sentences, and the first one is declarative or assertive sentence. Now what are declarative or assertive sentence? An assertive or declarative sentence says or states something, like it is kind of statement. When we make any statement, like when we say something, when we state something, that is basically an assertive or declarative sentence. Suppose if I say my name is Deepti Mishra, so I am making a statement, I am saying something. So that is an example of assertive or declarative sentence. So both are same thing. Assertive or declarative is same thing, one on same thing. Like you must be having 2 names. Similarly, this also have 2 names. Assertive or declarative is same thing, and it is kind of statement, and it is further divided into 2 kinds, affirmative or positive. For example, the fox looked at the piece of cheese. So it is an affirmative sentence. What are affirmative sentences? Basically positive, wherein we do not use words like not, no. So those are positive or affirmative sentences. And negative, the fox did not like it. So here we have used not. So it is negative sentence. So now declarative or assertive sentences further divided into 2 kinds, affirmative or positive, and second negative. I hope it is clear to you all. Second is interrogative sentence. Now what is an interrogative sentence? An interrogative sentence is basically when you ask a question. Interrogative sentence, ask a question, and it is also of 2 kinds. See, word interrogative, it means when you inquire something, when you ask something. So basically when you ask something, that is an interrogative sentence, and it is also divided into 2 kinds, like assertive or declarative. But here it is divided into yes or no question. First one, wherein you ask any question and the answer would be either yes or no. For example, if I ask you, do you like stories? So either you'll say yes or no. So these are yes or no questions. And second is WH question, wherein you ask proper question and you need to give a proper answer. What kind of stories do you like? So here you will tell either fairy tales, horror stories, or whichever you like to read. Okay, so interrogative sentences are also divided into 2 parts, yes or no question or WH questions. So I hope it is clear. Third one is imperative sentences. Now what are imperative sentences? An imperative sentence expresses a command or order, an instruction, a request, or an advice. Like when you order, when you give command like sit down, stand up, shut the door, these are commands. Or when you give any instruction like put this notice on the notice board, so it is kind of instruction. Or a request like pass me the sugar please, so it is a request like can you please give me a pen, so kind of request. These are basically imperative sentences. And one more comes under imperative, that is an advice. Like when we give any advice like don't waste time watching silly cartoon movies, this is an advice. So it is also an imperative sentence. So basically in imperative sentences we say that it is a sentence which express a command, an instruction, a request, or an advice. So these are imperative sentences. Exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence express some strong feeling or strong emotion. Like for example, if I say how beautiful the butterfly is, so it is kind of exclamatory sentence because here we are showing strong feeling. So when we show strong feeling or strong emotions, that are called exclamatory sentence. Now here exclamatory sentences ends with an exclamation mark. You remember in the beginning I have told you that sentence may end with a full stop, question mark or an exclamation mark. So exclamatory sentences ends with exclamation mark. Interrogative sentences ends with question mark because there you ask questions. So whenever you ask any question, it always ends with a question mark. And imperative and assertive or declarative sentences ends with full stop. Okay, so I hope this much is clear to you. As for now, I have told you there are 4 kinds of sentences: declarative or assertive, wherein you state something, and it is divided into 2 kinds: affirmative or positive sentence or a negative sentence. Then comes interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences wherein you ask question, and that is also divided into 2 parts: yes or no question or WH questions. Then comes imperative, wherein it can be either a command, instruction, an advice or a request. Then the last one, exclamatory sentence, wherein you show strong feelings. Now, on the basis of the structure of sentence, we have further divided sentences into 3 parts. So, there are 3 types of sentences on the basis of their structure. Now, we are talking about the structure. Okay, so first one is simple sentence. A sentence which has one finite verb. You remember I have told you what are verbs. Verbs are basically action words, like whatever we do, like sitting, talking, walking, sleep, eat, walk. These are verbs. And simple sentence has one finite verb and one subject. In the beginning I have also told you about subject, the doer of an action. So in simple sentence, it is basically a combination of one finite verb and one subject. So a sentence which has one finite verb and one subject is called a simple sentence. For example, they went to Mumbai last year. Now what is the subject here? Who is the doer of an action? They. So they is a subject here. How to identify subject? The doer of an action. Either you ask who is the doer of an action, who is the doer of an action, or what about what we are talking. So that is a subject. And finite verb, went is a verb. So went to Mumbai last year is a predicate because we are telling this about the subject. And there is one more thing. I told you 4 kinds of sentences, and these 4 kinds of sentences comes under simple sentences. Okay, a simple sentence take the form of statement, a statement that is assertive or declarative, questions, interrogative I told you, commands comes under imperative, and exclamations like exclamatory sentences. So these must have only one finite verb, then only it would be a statement, question, commands or exclamation. So I hope simple sentences are clear. It is not that difficult to identify. Just you need to see if there is one subject and one finite verb, then it means it is a simple sentence. Compound sentence. Now what are compound sentence? A sentence made up of 2 or more principal or main clauses. Now what are principal or main clauses? Actually it is a main part of sentence. We can say a clause that can stand on its own is called a principal or main clause, and it must have subject, finite verb, everything. So a clause that can stand on its own means which is the main part of the sentence. So in compound sentence there must be two or more principal or main clauses which are joined by a conjunction. Now what are conjunctions? Conjunctions are basically joining words like and, but, then, therefore. So these are conjunctions, joining words. Okay, so these principal or main clauses, principal and main clauses are same thing. So these are joined with the help of conjunctions, then it would be a compound sentence. Let's take an example so that it would be more clear to you. He was busy, therefore he could not reach in time. Now see, there are two main clauses. He was busy, full sentence, independent, it can stand alone. Therefore is a conjunction here which we have used to join two principal or main clauses. And the second main clause is he could not reach in time. So it can also stand alone. It also makes a perfect meaning. So he was busy, therefore he could not reach in time is an example of compound sentence. Let's take one more example. I don't like him, but I helped him. So I don't like him again is a main clause because it is independent. It can stand alone. But is a conjunction here, and I helped him is the other main clause which is joined with the help of conjunction but. I hope it is clear. Now the last one, complex sentences. What are complex sentences? A sentence made up of a principal clause. Again, principal clause, a clause that can stand on its own is a principal clause, and one or more subordinate clause. Now what are subordinate clause? Subordinate clause are dependent on the principal clause for their sense or meaning. Means it cannot stand on its own. A clause that cannot stand on its own is called subordinate clause. Basically it is dependent on the principal clause. So complex sentences are made up of a principal clause and one or more subordinate clause. So there is just a minor difference between a compound and complex sentences. Compound sentences were what I told you. I told you is a combination of two or more principal or main clauses. In compound sentences, both are main clauses. Both are means both can stand alone. Both clauses, both were principal or main clauses. But here in complex sentence, one would be a principal clause and others it can be one or more subordinate clause. And here again it would be joined with the help of either a conjunction like because, as, before, after, that, unless, or relative pronoun. Relative pronoun like who, which, what, that. I hope you all know pronouns. Pronouns are the word which we use in place of a noun. And what is relative pronoun? That is also a pronoun which would be used for noun, but it actually relates the two parts of the sentence. So that is called relative pronoun. For example, if I say I know the boy who is standing near the car. So the boy is a noun, who is used for the boy, and now it is related to the first half. So here who is a relative pronoun. So I hope relative pronoun is also clear. So here complex sentences are basically made up of a principal clause or one or more subordinate clause, and these are also joined with the help of either conjunction or a relative pronoun. Now let's take an example here. Priyanka ordered lunch for me because I was feeling hungry. Now Priyanka ordered lunch for me is a main clause here. Because I was feeling hungry is dependent on the main clause. Okay, and because is the conjunction used to join these two clauses. So I hope it is clear to you. I hope you all have enjoyed the class. Let me just quickly recap. I have taught you today sentences. What are sentences? Basically, sentences are group of words which make complete sense. And there are 4 kinds of sentences. Declarative or assertive is same thing. Interrogative. Third is imperative. And fourth is exclamatory. And I also told you that where to put full stop, where to put question mark, and where to put exclamation mark. When we talk about exclamatory sentences, we put exclamation mark. In interrogative, we put question mark in the end. And in imperative and assertive or declarative, we put full stop in the end of the sentence. Then I told you that how we can also divide on the sentences on the basis of their structure, and there would be 3 types of sentences on that basis. First one is simple sentence, wherein there must be one finite verb and one subject must be there. Second is compound sentences, wherein it would be made up of 2 or more principal clauses. And I told you principal clauses. What are principal clauses? These are actually a main clause and a clause that can stand on its own. It has its complete meaning. Then comes complex sentences, which are basically made up of one principal clause and one or more subordinate clause. What are subordinate? Which are dependent on main clause. So I hope you all have enjoyed the class, and stay tuned with Epitome classes for more updates. We will keep on uploading more topics of almost all the subject you can find here. So it is a one platform wherein you can learn different subjects, and you can also give some suggestions in comment box. So do not forget to subscribe and please like the video. Thank you so much. Keep learning. Enjoy. Bye.